Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre here. Today we're going to be looking at an awesome entry door into the world of, say, Germanic Bauhaus inspired design with Sternglas, looking at their Naos automatic. So in this video, we'll take a closer look at this watch. At the end of the video, things to consider: who is this watch for, who is it not for, and then also while going through this video, if you want more information on the product page at teddybaldassarre.com, as well as a place to purchase it, head over there. It will be in the description down below. But guys, let's take a closer look at this watch. Now, first looking at a rundown of the specs, we have a case size of 38 millimeters, thickness of 13 millimeters, lug width of 20 millimeters, lug to lug of a pretty compact 42.4 millimeters, water resistance of 50 meters. Movement is an automatic Miyota 821A, this one featuring hacking. Crystal is sapphire, price $439. But if you use promo code NAOSA at checkout, you can get a free strap up to $50 with your purchase. So just add the strap with the watch, you'll get that strap for free. TeddyBaldassarre.com, full authorized dealer of Sternglas, as well as 30 other brands on our store. Full factory warranty for all the brands that we carry. Also offering price match, so if you see a watch cheaper at another authorized dealer, fill out the form on the product page. We'll give you a call, and 9 out of every $10 that we generate from our store goes right back in the content that we're creating. As someone who is perhaps one of the biggest German watch enthusiasts I know, I have strong personal leanings towards Bauhaus design, frequently mentioning as well as selling brands like a Nomos and a Junghans. But as a result, one of the most asked questions that I receive is, what are some affordable alternatives to that style from Junghans as well as Nomos? And I am certainly somebody that thinks that you should always save up for aspiring to own the piece that you truly want to own. But for someone that might be looking for, say, an alternative, or isn't maybe looking to eye a watch from Nomos or Junghans, but likes the general style, looking away from the cost that's associated, Sternglas is offering a nice entry door into this world at a much more palatable price point. So first, a little bit of backstory on Sternglas. They're one of the faster growing upstarts in Germany. They're based in Hamburg, started back in 2011 with a product offering that emphasized minimalist Bauhaus inspired designs at more affordable prices, while offering a very competitive product compared to the many fashion watch brands that do exist in this price range. And this is certainly getting up there in terms of price. And I do think this is more fashion watch oriented for what this is going for. But in regards to the void that it's filling, it certainly has pinpointed a great approach to design and offering something that I think many people are going to find attractive. First impressions with this one on the wrist, very wearable for its case size. So we're looking at 38 millimeters with its case diameter, which is, I think, very much in a Goldilocks zone for a watch of this casual, dressy oriented style. Thickness on this one is going to be 13 millimeters. It has more of a bulb-like case construction, which is going to mirror very similar to what you're going to see with a brand like Junghans. And in similar fashion, even further, it's going to have a very compact lug-to-lug distance. This one coming in at just 42.5 millimeters with these sloped-down lugs. The stainless steel case is going to be executed in a light polish across the lugs as well as the side of the case. In between those lugs, we're looking at a lug width of 20 millimeters, which is going to offer a variety of different straps, especially when pairing it with just the relative versatility that's going to come with this dial. And definitely recommend taking advantage of that strap promo while you still can. Perhaps the most minimalist aspect of this entire watch is the strap itself. Very simple calfskin, genuine leather here. It's not necessarily going to blow you away with its build construction, and I would certainly recommend swapping in some third-party options. It does come with quick-release pins, which will help with swapping in something new, and is relatively comfortable, all things considered. It does taper down at the buckle, which is signed, so it's going to be 18 millimeters at that buckle. So if you did want to swap it in for a third-party option, just factor in that taper. And because some people are going to be using that promo, just something to look on the site, we do offer, or at least state, what the buckle width end of the straps of all of our straps on our site are. Now, looking at the dial, probably the area in which is going to be the main talking point, at least the driving factor for many to consider this watch. The dial is rather simple. Along the outside, the dial, we will see a minute and hour track, showcasing linear markings with long printed hour markings at the odd numbered hours and shorter hour markings nestled beneath small straight line numerals designating the even numbered hours. All markings are in black and contrast well with that white silverish dial, along with the steel black stick hands at the center. Other than that, there's really not much else going on here. The printing of Sternglas at the 12 o'clock, as well as the writing of automatic at the 6. And right beneath that is a framed step date window, which does help with its execution and elevating it a bit more and assisting with symmetry on the dial surface itself. Flipping over this movement, we have a popular movement rested within with the Miyota 821A. So a decorated version of the 8215, pretty much one of the more entry-level mechanical movements from the Citizen Watch Group's primary movement manufacturer, that is Miyota. Now, Miyota is going to be housed in many brands out there, micro brands, as well as even main manufacturers, as well as being a great third-party option for getting into the world of mechanicals. Now, this version here is going to be operating at a traditional beat rate, 3 hertz, 21,600 vibrations per hour, features hand winding at that first position, and then hacking at the farthest out point, which is a nice upgrade here for many of these other variations of this Miyota calibers that typically don't feature this, which might be a nice selling point for this one. It also features a power reserve of 42 hours, which is a bit more of an extension from, say, the typical Sellita as well as ETA, which are going to be at 38 hours. So you are getting that added benefit. The sweep is not going to be as clean, but for an entry-level, reliable, third-party movement, this makes a lot of sense in this price range from Miyota, not quite to the 9000 series of calibers, but is simply no nonsense. Now, to pinpoint who this watch is for, I think that will ultimately be able to clue in what this watch is going for. And it's clearly struck a chord with many people out there. Sternglas is fastly emerging. I see them much more. They're growing as a team, and I really do like what they're doing overall. But let's just state it straight up right now. This is a watch that certainly is just going to appeal to someone that is either aspiring to own a Junghans or a Nomos watch, but maybe don't have the funds, or just want to maybe dabble in this world and don't really care to go any further. They just want a very nicely designed, simple looking watch that could be worn in a variety of different situations. And for where this one is falling, what this watch is going for, it has filled the void, especially compared to many of the fashion watch brands. And this is more of a fashion-oriented watch. I'm just going to be point blank. But that's also providing, I think, a huge upside for getting people into watches, as well as, of course, tickling the fancy of those looking towards that more Bauhaus minimalist design that I think many people are attracted to. And I always get bombarded with questions about what is that nice entry door into that world. Say I don't have that money, or I don't want to spend that money in the direction of a brand like Junghans or Nomos. Where can I go? I think my answer would be Sternglas. And this Naos Automatic, from the collection of watches that they offer, would be a great one to go for. I will mention, though, as well, if you are just going for the design style, and probably could make a better argument to go for the quartz version, honestly. It's substantially less money. I'm talking about almost half the price here for that watch compared to this one. And if you're going for this watch, I would imagine you're doing it mostly on the design aspect more than anything else. And you're getting that with the quartz, and you're also, of course, getting great accuracy. So that's definitely something to consider, whether the quartz makes more sense for you. But overall, I think Sternglas is doing a great job. Some of their limited editions that I see that they had coming down the pipe look fantastic. And I think this is going to be a favorite for many people out there that are looking to get into this world of mechanicals, as well as going for a watch of this style. All right, guys, well, thank you again so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, you find these helpful, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Really would appreciate it. If you're also in the market for this watch, link in the description to the product page, where to purchase at teddybaldassarre.com. Full authorized dealer of all the brands that we carry, quick and fast fulfillment, full factory warranty for all the brands that we carry. So if something goes wrong, you don't have to pay the bill. And if we're talking about some of these more expensive watches, it can get a little bit pricey. Also, we offer price match. So if one of our watches are cheaper at another authorized dealer, you fill out the form on the product page, and then we'll call you. And finally, 9 out of every $10 that we generate from our store goes right back into the content that we're creating, helping to foster up a new generation of watch enthusiasts. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I'll see you all very soon.